Well, hello. It's wonderful to be here with you this afternoon, and just wanted to say this is exciting for me to come on another live stream, and hope that if you watch this later, you'll hashtag replay. But today, I just wanted to chat about the promise of performing, or the performance promise. If you've ever thought about your own performance, it's a it's a really daunting thing to be a performer and to get better at it and to work at it and that sort of thing. I was just talking with a friend of mine. We were doing a podcast together. And no, I don't have a podcast quite yet. I'm working on getting that together, but I am a guest on a lot of podcasts, and that's really been exciting for me. And you know what? If you're here watching or listening, just put in the comments, just say, hi, I'm here, or you can hear me, and that sort of thing. That always is interesting to me to know. But as we were talking, me and my friend, about performance, he was talking about how I had helped him with his presentation skills. And I found that to be fascinating because we only worked together a few sessions, and apparently it really had an impact on him. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I didn't realize that I was good at helping somebody figure out how to do this better for themselves. And although I've done that quite a bit for a lot of speakers and performers through the years. So, hi, Greta. How are you? Thank you very much for saying hi. Good afternoon. Yes. As we talk about the performance promise, I just wanted to give you three tips, three ideas as to how to improve your own performance. And I mean, I'm still figuring it out myself, but having done performing throughout the years, over 20 years of it professionally, I'm still figuring out how to do it well on stage, as well as how to do it well in the virtual realm. And I'm continuing to improve myself. But these are three tips that I thought might help you as well. And so the very first one is to watch yourself. Watch yourself on camera. Watch yourself having recorded what you've done. If you're a podcaster, maybe listen to yourself. Whether it's the ums and ahs, or the little words like, or, or right. I mean, you name it. We do this often ourselves, and we don't even realize that we are. And I don't know if you want to type in some of your favorite ah, like, words that you use as a performer. Go ahead and put them in the chat, because I think everybody does them. I know a lot of mine would be like and right. And I'm working on it. But it helps to go back and watch yourself, to listen to yourself, to scrutinize what you've done. Now, there might be something, there might be nothing worse than watching yourself again. Truly. I know when I've done a performance and I'm like, oh yeah, that was awesome. I am the man. When I come off stage, I feel good about myself. And then I go back and watch it and I'm like, that was horrible. And so you don't want to get too down in the dumps, but you do want to watch yourself. You do want to ask yourself the question, what did I do that was good? What did I do that I could improve? And so with the performance promise, it is to watch ourselves, because that's what the audience is seeing. I know I'm going to go back and rewatch this. In fact, I have something very funny I just remembered happened on my last live stream, and it was very embarrassing. If you want to go find it, you can. But there was a guy on there watching, and he was commenting a lot, and I was responding to his comments, and we were having this cool interaction. And he said his website through the chat. He just typed it in, and it was so confusing to me because I was reading it on the live stream, and it was something like, and I'm looking over here, I'm like, mananimous.com. I couldn't figure out what it was. Mananimous. Mananimous? I didn't know what it was, but I was like, cool website, man. Good job. Mananimous.com. So after the live stream, here's what I did. I rewatched the live stream and I was like, I look so stupid doing that, trying to sound that out. And then I went to the guy's website. My friends, it was a Spanish word or phrase. Mañana because he didn't type in the little squiggly thing over the top of the N. I don't even know what it's called. I didn't say it correctly. And so the live stream, I sounded and looked like a complete fool. And that's okay. That's part of performing, I think, is to go back and rewatch ourselves and be like, what have I done? But it's okay. We keep going. And so the first tip I have for you is to watch yourself. That one made me laugh just thinking about it right now because, man, that was just kind of embarrassing to go back and read what I had said. The second one, what is our performance promise? The second tip that I would have is to ask yourself, what can make this just a little bit better? Just a little bit. You don't need to change the whole speech, the whole show, the whole presentation. However, what can make this just a little bit better? I know in the last few live streams that I've done and the last couple of virtual performances that I've had, I've noticed that there is a discrepancy between the microphone that I usually use and this one. And so I'm now shifting to a different microphone. I may even watch this and use a new one after this. I don't know. But in finding those little things that can make all the difference, what can make this just a little bit better? I know for the last year, having gone from being the performer on large stages to being a virtual performer and speaker, I've been looking at my own setup in my home office, and here it is. Here's my setup. I'll show you my actual whole setup. Here's my camera with the full setup, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty nice, right? Pretty cool. But here's the thing. Behind me, these shelves to me looked a little bit just, not very exciting. And so I was talking with a friend and we were watching me again. And he said, hey, it'd be cool if you had a little bit better light. And so I'm showing you just the truth of what we've done in here. What can I do to make this better? Well, light. We just added new lights. That might not seem like such a big deal, but it is to me. I think it looks cool. I don't know if you like it. You can put in the chat that it looks nice. But I just bought new lights. I mean, I've been doing this now for over a year from this same space. Why didn't I buy those before? Well, because they cost a lot. And lights are at a shortage on Amazon. And so I said, I'm going to buy some lights, invest in myself, invest in my performance, want it to look just that much better. And so point number 2 is what can make this be just a little bit better? And hey, I just got a nice comment from my friend. I'll show it. Natalie Green looks very cool. Thanks, Natalie. And Natalie actually had me perform for her holiday party back in December of 2020. Thank you, Natalie. What a cool, amazing person you are. And you know what? I think she would have really liked if I'd have had these cool lights. I didn't have that at the time. I have it now. Continuing to just add just a little bit more. And somebody asked me today when they saw these lights, they said, why are you investing that if live events are back and you're going to just go in person? Because I've just booked another in-person event today and they continue to roll in. Everybody's going live again, which I'm really happy about. But that means that I only have a few virtual events left at this point. Why would I keep investing to make this look nice? Because I want it to always look nice. I want it to be awesome and stellar. I mean, maybe every time I won't set up the lights just because, but I think today it was worth it. It feels nice. That's just one little thing, isn't it? Maybe watching yourself as number 1 and number 2, what can make this just a little bit better would be to change your PowerPoint up. Maybe less words, more images. Maybe it is, if you're a singer, maybe have some better banter in between songs with the audience. Maybe if you're doing a presentation to the corporate ballroom or boardroom of people, how are you entering the room? How are you engaging with them prior? That can help your presentation a whole lot. If you've never considered that, maybe you're just scrambling, plugging the phone in or the laptop in and getting all set. Imagine walking in and greeting everyone, or on the Zoom call, greeting everyone, and then you go into your presentation. It'll be much more favorable. And so, number 2, what can make this better? And I continue to see myself and go, what can make this better? I'd like to do that and do something to make it better. If you want to share in the comments how you make your performance better, I'd love to know, because that's part of the promise. The promise to just get that much better each time. If I know a lot of speakers and performers are constantly commenting on what I do. And some of them comment not so nice things, and some of them comment great things. And all of it is welcome, in my opinion, because it does help me improve. But it helps me get to being just that much better, in my opinion. And so we've talked, number 1 is watch yourself. Number 2, what can make this better? Number 3, the final point I wanted to share, test it out immediately. Don't wait. Because if you wait, you're going to talk yourself out of it. For example, I bought these lights over a week ago. And I was like, I don't want to take the time to set the lights up because I was worried about it. And then today I got them going and turned them on and I went, I got to go live because it looks so snazzy. Test it out immediately. Go for it. Do something that you've been working on and just go for it. Because once we get the right feedback from the right people, then we've improved our performance. And that's the performance promise, is to get the right feedback from the right people. There will be people that will give you bad feedback that you don't need to listen to. That's a true story. Trust me, that's happened to me a lot. But get the right feedback from the right people. Test it out immediately. Go for it. Because, what's the problem in just putting it out there? I know there have been times when I've been so concerned about it being perfect that I did nothing at all. And that's a problem. For example, a lot of people don't realize that I write music. I write a whole lot of music and it's pretty good. But I wrote an entire album of music, all based around being a father of young children. And I put together artwork for it, and all the lyrics were typed up cool so that it would be a nice, cool album. And you've never heard that music. You've never even seen that album. And I don't know when you will, because I wrote it in a fury of inspiration. And I literally stuck it in that slot. And it sat there for years and years and years, to the point that I kept tweaking the songs and fixed them just a little bit, just enough because I was going to go in the studio and record them. My friend, I'm guilty of what I'm telling you that you need to do, which is you need to test it out immediately. If you write a song, go and record it as soon as you can. And if you have to fix it later, then fix it later. I have still not recorded that album. I have still not gone for it. So often, if we have an idea for a story we want to add into our presentation, or if we have something that we think could improve the presentation or our performance at work, we sometimes hold it back because we're worried about what they're going to say. Don't hold it back. Test it out immediately. Go for it. Because you don't want to be sitting on that album that was about your children when they were infants, and now they're teenagers, and recording it may not make so much sense. The inspiration for those songs is still kind of there, but the magic of those songs for me is almost dead, just because it's not as relevant as it once was. And that's kind of a bummer to me, because those were good songs. And then I go back and play them once in a while on the piano and I go, dang, why didn't I record these when they were fresh, when I was ready? I should have done it. And that might be my final point in doing a live stream as well. You see, for many, many years, almost 2 or 3 years, I think, people have been doing the live stuff on Facebook or Instagram or other places. And I've had access to do live streams on LinkedIn for over a year. I just never did it. I just was worried about it or scared about what I might say, not have enough people on watching me or commenting, make me feel like I'm no good. I don't know what it was, but I say we have to go for it. Test it out immediately. Get feedback from the right people and you'll improve your performance. So today the performance promise is, one more time, watch yourself. Go through that performance. Make sure you can tweak it just a little bit. And then ask yourself, hey, what can make this just a little bit better? Whether it's some cool lights, maybe it's a different shirt, maybe it's the way that you say, like, or whatever else. And then 3, test it out. And do it immediately. Test it as quickly as you can, because that will improve your performance for the next time that you get on your stage, you're in front of people, and you're doing something that really you're meant to do. I hope this was helpful today. I'm Jason Hewlett. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on the replay, let me know about it. And hey, if you want to in the chat, I'd love to know how you've improved your performance over the past year. Because for me, all my events were gone once March of 2020 hit. And I had to do some shifting to be able to do this performance from my office in my house. This is just me living what I'm talking about with the promise and the performance promise. So I hope that inspires you to continue to level up yours. And I hope you have a most awesome day. Thanks.